through some things, and then open it up for Q&A, so we can kind of really talk about what's on your mind, how you're thinking about our course of action going forward, because I will tell you, we need to absolutely pick up the pace. We need two things, and that's where I kind of think this creativity and innovation is like a twofer, right? We need a whole generation of people who are going through their system, not leaving creativity and their kind of innovative spirit behind, piece by piece as they get older and older and older, which is what happens now, absolutely. So we have to change that. But we also have to leverage creativity, creative thinking, big ideas, and innovation, meaning those big ideas need to get fine-tuned, we need to build an evidence base, and we need to take off and take those things to scale. That's what innovation is. We need that in education. So we need people that are creative and innovative, and we need our systems to learn from and evolve by leveraging the art of creativity and innovation. No pun intended. So, first of all, thank you. Thank you to Intel for hosting this year after year. Really an interesting summit, and I always say, because it is very true, Secretary Duncan is incredibly grateful for the work that every one of you are doing every single day. It's a bit of a thankless job. It's been kind of a crazy, world. The budget, some of the newspaper stories, the things we have going on in education are really tough right now, and we absolutely need a positive outlook. We need a can-do attitude, and we need to really pick up the pace. So, thank you. I know this is the group of people who really is kind of all over that. I need Eileen's slide with the actual video, right? Because the President in the State of the Union beautifully talked about out-innovating, out-educating, out-building the rest of the world. And I will tell you, this isn't just about competition. It really isn't. It's a nice frame, but it doesn't mean like, it's by stomping around, pushing everybody else down. It's absolutely about getting way more of our students over a much higher bar. We have to get way more students, way more people over a much higher bar. So this is what this is about. The outbuilding is interesting, right? It was about roads and those kinds of things, and now it really is about broadband. There's a lot of conversation about broadband, and we'll talk about that. So just kind of to step back just a minute, obviously the world has changed. Probably everybody that has a slide will have something about change going on at least one of their slides. But when the President talked to the State of the Union, this was before everything happened in the Middle East, when we learned that Facebook actually had a big role to play in what happened, in terms of an organizing space, a space people could post, people could follow. It really changed the face of what happened in the Middle East. Again, then Japan. So earthquakes, tsunamis, floods, all of these things are terrible things that happen, and we kind of have this, ever since all of us were small, we could see these things on the news. They would unfold on the news. Over the last multiple years, they've started unfolding on the news kind of all day long. It used to be kind of like the evening news is where you saw this. Now it's kind of all day long, right? But this was different, right? In Japan, we saw this unfold through the lens of thousands of people that just, course of habit, flipped out their phone and started recording what was happening on the ground on the spot. And so unlike in Thailand a few years before, where we had kind of the same footage over and over and over, which did totally give us a sense of what was going on, here we saw it from so many different angles. We saw so many stories, very personal. So we have Facebook and Flickr and Twitter and all of these sites that are bringing us right into people's lives, into what's happening on the ground. And so it wasn't just the tragedy; it was also the amazing stories of survival that come to us. So this whole world of digital media has really changed how we interact with each other, with content, with stories, with experience, and it's just been a really interesting last couple months that has really brought this home. On kind of a lighter note, since we now have a cell phone ringing, phone a friend, the Super Bowl. right? So the Super Bowl was interesting this year. It was touted as the shift between old media and new media, right? And we're not talking about football. We're talking about commercials, which is what I watch. And actually, you could watch them online. I'm not going to play these commercials. This is just reminds you, which one is this? Doritos, obviously, right? So they've done it for a couple of years now where they've said, you know, put out the call. Somebody make us an advertisement. I mean, you know how many millions of dollars go into making these 30-second spots? A lot. And then they have to pay their $3 million or whatever it is just to buy the spot to play it in. Okay, the guy who won this spent about $500 making this ad. His day job is, or I don't know, his part-time job is making websites for kids, and he's in his early 30s. So that was so this guy now is, you know, right up there with Chiat Day and the best advertising firms. He got one of the, you know, the winning spots. So this was interesting. This was the sorry, didn't mean to call attention to the people who are late. Come on inside. David Byer. We won't mention any names. So, there are chairs right up here. Okay, so this was interesting. So this was, does anyone know what this was for? Rio, the movie Rio, the full-length feature film. So what was really cool about this, right, was, so first of all, when people do Super Bowl ads, it's not about the ad, actually, it's about all of the lead-up, the 30 seconds, and the follow-on. How do you turn your 30 seconds into a way more than 30 seconds? So what this one did is they hid the Angry Birds little special code. You had to freeze frame, right? So no longer 30 seconds. You're like going frame by frame by frame, looking for the hidden secret code for a new level of Angry Birds, right? So now you find the level of Angry Birds. You go unlock your egg that looks like a football in the Angry Birds game, and then you are entered to win a free trip to Rio for the premiere, right? So, okay, they no longer had 30 seconds. They had a whole bunch of time spent with their movie. People will probably remember to go see Rio when it comes out. And third, we love this one. This is what? VW. And there's Darth Vader, the little Darth Vader that was like, oh my God, it worked. The Force starts the car, very cute. What they did is they had the 60-second version online. It's a minute, 2 seconds or something online. They started playing it several days before the Super Bowl. So by the time the Super Bowl started, it was 13 million views of this had already taken place, of the longer version. So you know when that pops up on the screen, they're like, wait, don't go get more snacks. Come on back, you have to see this commercial, right? Again, what is the strategy to get people to look at this stuff? So there's just 3 examples. It's the lead up, it's the 30 seconds, it's the follow on. It's an entirely new strategy for engaging with people.